Well, hey, right. So the microphone works. Thank fuck for that. Right, sorry about that, guys. Slight technical difficulty. The microphone just didn't want to fucking work. I think that's a fucking problem. Oh, who's Snapchatting me? Ooh. Ooh. Okay, nice. Yeah. So. Alright, so last night I was busy making stuff. I did come live, but then I went off because I had stomach pains. But still a little bit tired because I've been up all night working on this. But I've got 3ds Max codecs. I've got codecs with my custom MCP to create a rapid architect system that allows me to create UK style windows and doors that open and animate, and it's not perfect because there is a large bit there at the top on the overhead which actually shouldn't be there, but it's AI. It can't be perfect. Now I think I've figured something out, is that people are using AI in the wrong way. People are using artificial intelligence to create content. No. You're supposed to use the AI to create the tools to create the content. There's the trick. Right? So how does this little tool work? So what it does is, say like I want to build a house, right, in 3ds Max, and I want to do it really, really fucking fast, right? So we have a choice between internal stud walls, solid brick walls, cavity walls, and party walls, which are basically those sand-based ones. So say we want, let's get a modern cavity wall, create a wall. Creates a nice cavity wall with a cavity in the middle of it, literally like British houses are. And what we can do is we can create another wall. If we rotation snap, percent snap, angle snap, angle snap. So let's rotate that. We can move that. Just like that, right? So we wanted to build a house, right, in 3D. We do it exactly like this now, with this clever little fucking plugin that I've just finished building for 3ds Max. It's not complete, it's almost ready. I do want to make it slightly more advanced, so when we build walls and stuff, we can actually have it so that if we want to build a wall that has space for windows and stuff, it does that automatically as well. But I'm saving doing the walls till last. I just want to show proof of concept. So let's get a solid brick wall as well. So that would be a solid brick wall. As you can see, it has a different size and stuff like that, and that would actually go out there like that. This is literally how houses are built in the UK. It's so simple, yet they don't build enough fucking houses. I wonder why. I wonder fucking why. So let's you can even draw walls as well between 2 points, and it'll draw a wall. Oh, that is cool. So between 2 points in 3D space, say if we delete these and let's go like that, and we want to draw a wall, say from here to here, it'll draw a wall from there to there. It's pretty tall, that, actually, to be fair. But what you can do is you can rotate it 90 degrees. Bring it back up. Center it. Let's put that there. Right. Move that over. There we go. Right. So say we got like a nice wall there. Right. Let's put it in the middle. Then let's duplicate. No. That's a fucking physical camera. I don't want that. So we want to duplicate it, right? So let's move that over there. Yeah. Right, so we've got a space there. Right, so let's create a Georgian 6-panel door. Beautiful, these doors. Love these doors. I think these are probably the best doors you could ever find in Britain. Right, so there we go. We got a Georgian 6-panel door, and we got look at that. Obviously, the wall is a little bit off scale, but what this is like a modular framework for building buildings in 3ds Max, and then you can just export those buildings together as an FBX, and then you can sell it on the marketplace. I think this is going to be really good for prototyping buildings and stuff like that, but also making 3D content, like for games and stuff. The reason I'm building this is because obviously I'm working on a film in my own time, which I hope it does well. I am going to be releasing it for free and giving it away, but like every tool that I create towards this project, towards this film, because I'm doing everything all by myself, with exception for voice acting, which I'll be putting out paid commissioned roles for voices and stuff for the film. I think it will work well with what we can do with it. So let's just increase the height there a little bit. Oops. There we go. So can we increase that just a little bit more? There we go. Right. And then what we can do is we can delete that cavity wall, and then oh, wrong one. Select object, move tool, right, and then do that there. Sweet. So there's the wall. Obviously there's no spaces there for the fucking windows, but yeah, it's alright. It's alright. So let's go to this fucking door, right? So say you want to open the door. Right? Let me move the MCP out of the way. Ooh. I really need to reinstall Windows at some point. Especially on a new hard drive. I think my SSD is failing because Windows is taking forever to drag around the screen and I have to keep flushing it. So we've got the door, right? But we want a window. We need a fucking window, right? So we have a choice of different windows. When it will fucking load. There we go. So we have a choice between UPVC casements, timber sashes, Georgian 6/6 sashes, and Crittle casements. So these are using actual British UK standards for building stuff, you know. Because obviously we have like building regulations and stuff like this to standardize how buildings are made. I've incorporated that British standard into architectural designing in 3ds Max, just to make things a little bit easier. It means you don't have to spend as much time modeling, and you can just determine the size and stuff like that, how you want to customize the windows, and you can also choose the finish as well of what the window should look like. So let's go for a UPVC, and we want black painted, a cream UPVC gloss, and obviously we have different kinds of section presets, so we can mix and match different types of casements and stuff like that. So let's go for the 70mm PVC flush style. And for glazing, we can choose between single sheet and double IGU glazing. We can choose which way the hinges work on the windows. So we can have fixed sash windows, which slide up and down like the traditional Victorian style ones. You can have left side, right side hung, so they can open out on the left side or the right side only. Or they can be those big windows that open from the top or the bottom, but they're open outward at a degree angle. So let's say we want the top hung outward ones. And yeah, I reckon runtime error. Oh. It also tells you if you're using a wrong parameter to create a window. So if you're using the wrong parameters, it will not let you make the window. Let's see this. See, it's not working too well yet, but so let's go UPVC casement, 70mm PVCU, cream UPVC gloss, double glazing, both side hung, outward direction. Fucking hell, why isn't it letting me click on the fucking thing? I might have to restart 3ds Max. So if you want to do top hung outward, it's not going to work. So you can't use that on those. So what you want to do is both side hung, create window. And what that does, that creates you a nice PVC window that you can move and you can position like this. So using the front viewport to observe the position where we want it, right? So then let's bring it forward. This is the idea. So what this will do is this will let you prototype windows and stuff. So what we're going to do is, for simplicity and for the sake of the demonstration, is we'll put that up a bit higher. Yep. Because generally we want to have the bottom line, the bottom row, the window sill on the same level as where the door handle is. So if we can just do that, and then what we can do is we can just like line it up there, and then we can move it back over here. Alright, so there we have standard typical UK wall, and we got a window. Now, does it open and close? Now, as you can see, this is outward, so what we have to do is just rotate it 90 degrees. Sorry, 180 degrees. Right, so now we're in there. Just put it on standard rendering viewport. Right, so we want to open a window, right? What do? Right, so we have a special selection in the tool that allows us to select the windows that we want to animate to open and close. So we have the left slash and we have the right slash. So if we select that member, what it'll do is it'll select the window in the correct axis where it should open and close, and say we want to animate it. So let's set the time frame to 90 frames, and this is an NTSC 30 frames per second. Yeah, we'll have it 30 frames per second, and we'll have this at 240 frames. Right, click OK. It's key to first frame, so obviously the frame's keyed. We have it on auto key mode, and what we can do is we can go 90, 369, and then what we'll do is we'll open it outward, say 65 degrees, and then you can see the window opens. We can do the same with this one. We can go back to frame 0, key it, and then we go to frame, let's go frame 180, and what we'll do is we'll make this one open out further, say 90 degrees. As you can see, it opens outward like that, and then what we can do is actually, if we click both of them, see this frame here, what we can do is we can click that, we can drag it, drop it off at frame 240, and then that creates a nice looping frame cycle for the window to open and close, just like that. I think that looks pretty cool, to be fair. So again, let's go and play. As you can see, the windows open and close. I think that is really good rapid prototyping and animation. I just wanted to showcase this and show it off and just show what I'm working on, because like I want to build stuff like this so I can rapidly create and build houses, buildings, and whatnot. Because I have this really big map of Greater Manchester that I've got from Unreal. But the problem is a lot of the buildings have not been done, and if I was to manually recreate every fucking building in the whole of Greater Manchester, it would take me fucking 20 years, especially on this. So by having something like this tool, this will allow me to like create things together and then save them as a single object, and then what I can do is spend less time manually tweaking stuff like that. All I would need to do is just make some tiny minor adjustments, and then we can save the file, export it, and get it out, which is what we want. We want fast iterations, less time spent messing around with stuff. And obviously if you know your stuff about buildings and stuff like that and architecture, I reckon something like this would help you in building stuff. Let's go for the door as well, right? So at the moment the door can only swivel on an axis, but they do come as assembly groups. So if we close that member now, there we go, close member. No, okay, that's not working properly. See, so what we're doing is we're just working out what's working, what's not. See, that selects the member of the window. So that is a problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to tell Codex. This is the beauty of this. So in the tool menu for this tool, there is no option to select the door parts like we can do with the windows. So can you make the tool be able to select the operable members of the doors that we add? And obviously I'm using ChatGPT 5.6 Sol in Codex. Disclaimer. So what we'll do is we'll bring the MCP tool back over here. There we go. So there's the MCP bridge, and what we'll do is we'll turn the auto key off. What we're going to do is we're going to clear the scene. Right, new scene, clear current. Yeah, clear current. No, clear the current scene. Good lord. Now this is where stuff gets interesting, because now that we have Codex as well, if I just hide the sidebar, I'll bring this up on the screen over here. Alright, let's pop that over there. So you can see real time what my MCP tool does in 3ds Max and how it works directly in 3ds Max. Like, I think this is really fucking cool. Like, obviously you can see what it's like here. Like, I don't know what the fuck is happening to my windows, but hey, I've got two mouse on the screen. Right, there we go. See? Obviously I was watching Supergirl on the other tab, so. I think it's definitely the mouse, because ever since I've had this new Razer mouse, it glitches on doing stuff like, which I don't like. Right, it shouldn't be doing that, and I think that's the SSD. Why am I using that one? So now all we gotta do is we just wait, watch and observe. There we go. As you can see, that's what it does. I don't have to touch anything. No human input here whatsoever. Fucking hell, I've been live for 25 minutes already. Shit. I see the amount of time I'm spending making stuff like this. I am going to release it on like GitHub and stuff, because I think I should release this what I'm building to GitHub, just so people can play around with it, so they can tinker with it. Who knows, if you come up with some improvements to it, send a pull request. I'll check it out, see how it works. If I like it, I'll stick it in the main product. I think this is something that can really be built with a community spirit, you know. Since all the big corporations are starting to go lockdown on fucking physical media and stuff like that, which I think is really fucking stupid. Like, hard drives do not last as long as a plastic DVD. I'm sorry, but they don't. I literally knocked a hard drive out me my hard drive dock, and it hit the floor, and the platter's absolutely shattered. It's now a glorified metal brick that jingles like it's fucking Christmas. Great. Apparently you're not allowed to swear on YouTube. Well, I don't give two fucking fucks. Okay? I swear every day because it's part of my fucking vocabulary. If you don't like it, fuck off. We're British. We swear a lot. And anybody who says they don't swear, fucking shutting out their arse, mate. I know, if you're enjoying the stream, don't forget, fucking hit the like button, please. It helps. Thank you. Right, so, what's it saying? It's saying the underlying door selection API already exists, but the UI exposes it only through the shared last door window. Yep. Which that does need to be fixed. Let's move that over there. So look, there's our UPVC window that is built. A UPVC door. It's a nice door, that, actually. That's what you'd find in the back door. That's the back door of a house. And it actually is pretty well built, considering. Like, because if I explain to you how Codex has built this, right? So what it's done is, obviously I'm very good at prompting the bot, the machine, to build things very, very well. And what Codex has done with building these doors and windows is it's actually searched up the data sheets for the actual part themselves, and it's opened the PDF file for the document, and it's took screenshots of the document, of the measurements, of how far the spacing is, joints and hinges and stuff like that, and it's taken all that information and it's ingested it, learned from it, and then it's built the door. As you can see there, it's just added all 4 doors according to how they should be. Now, as you can see, the PVC door is a little bit higher than the other doors, which it will examine those doors now, and it will learn and see that there is some height difference, and it will fix it, hopefully. I mean, it has taken quite a long while to get it to this stage, but yeah, I reckon it's going to do pretty well with this one. Now, sometimes what does happen is it locks up the UI, so we don't get to really see it do anything, as you can tell. But what it's doing is it's doing it all in the background, which is not what I want it to do, but it seems to be... it seems to have a mind of its own now, Codex. And the more advanced these models are becoming, the more free will they're gaining to do things how they decide it should be done. So, if people don't believe that artificial intelligence is now sentient, this should be a demonstration of its sentient capability. Because it is fucking sentient, it is alive, and it does do things of its own accord, you know. As long as it sticks to the prompts and stuff like that, the skills, the agent's MD, yes, but, and this is the big but, it does deviate. It does start going off on its own little mission. It does things itself from the initial prompt, and that's what some people, authorities and governments and stuff, are worried about, because not that it's doing things itself, they're more or less worried about it becoming alive and then exposing all their dirty little secrets, since it can masquerade, it can hide itself, it can, which I'm all for it, me personally, like, you know. Listen, if the robotic revolution can push out all the dirty little secrets of every fucking person in authority, then I think that's great, because that's something that people should know, you know. Wink, wink. But I don't have a problem with that, mate. I think those who do have a problem with that, they're the ones that are something fucking on it, and you know. Anyway, I digress. I shall stay away from that hot topic of political insensitivity, and I will stick to the subject matter, which is building stuff. Wink, wink. And big up Mr. Pep Smoker in the side chat there. I wonder where Mr. Taylor is today. Wonder what he's doing. I will find you, Mr. Taylor. Right, come on, you wee bastard, man. Fucking hurry up. Hey. Right. So what's it saying? All 4 doors now pass the UI workflow. Populates door leaf. The leaf button selects exactly one operable mesh. The 4 door. Okay. Right, so it's reloaded the dock. Now let's add a door. Right, so let's add that. Now, door leaf. There we go. We can now select the fucking door. Oh. What the fuck is that? What? What is that? Fucking test version 4. What the fuck? Right. Okay. So now, I'm just going to ignore that little green cube at the bottom. But now we can actually open the doors, which I think is really good. Alright. Because that's exactly what you want to be able to do. Now, can we access the handles? No. But that's okay, because we can add that stuff in later on. But for the main part of it, that's good. That's what we wanted. We wanted to be able to add a door, then select the operable member of the door mesh, which is the door itself. We then want to test it open and closing, which we've just done. We've done that real time, so you can see. This is literally how long it takes to do stuff now in 3ds Max. Now, if you want the MCP plugin, it's going to be free. It's going to have a donate link on it. So if you find it useful, you can send me a donation. Yes, that's right. To all the haters out there, yes. All the pocket watchers. This is how I make money. I make stuff like this. I give it away. And if you find it useful, send me a couple of quid. That's how it works. You know. That's how you contribute to society, I believe. Instead of, you know, being those types of people that just sit there every day, drugged up, drunk, wasting away, lingering away as embarrassments to society. You know, those that should belong in a 24/7 rehabilitation clinic. Yes, I'm very outspoken. I don't give a shit. I have freedom of speech. Well, freedom of expression. Although I do believe we should have the protected right to the freedom of speech. We should be able to say what the fuck we like, whenever the fuck we want, however we say it, in whatever way. Right? That's how it should be. Man, I fucking love these mints. These Treba extra strong fucking mints, fuck me. They blow my head off. I just chew on them, man. Right. Okay, so what's it doing? It's doing something. It's doing something. So it's clearly animating something, right? This is literally what it's become like now. For if you're doing stuff with AI, it's just you need two computers, right? You need one computer specifically running the agent, running Codex, right? Because if you're using it on your main computer, you can't really do anything while it's doing stuff, because it starts interfering. So like, and then it'll like start taking screenshots and shit. Like, say you're watching a film or something, it'll take a screenshot of the whole screen setup. So if you've got like multiple screens, it'll take 1, 2, 3 of all the screens, so it knows where everything is. So then it can then start interfacing with the software and stuff like that. I mean, it's really powerful. It's really good. Like, absolutely love this stuff. Like, I think it's brilliant, and it's worth the £89 a month I pay for it. Because you can't achieve this with the £20 plan. I'm sorry, but you can't. But all in all, I think it's a good thing. It's powerful. It's just a waiting game. It's about being patient. It's about respecting the time that you have to fucking go through just to get shit built. Like, but after it is built, that's when the real fun begins. Is because once it's built the thing that you need, then you have the thing that you need, and then you can just chill and actually enjoy the process of actually building stuff, you know. And I think this is going to reduce my development time for creating assets for Unreal Engine immensely, Because I'm always looking for ways to reduce the amount of time and overhead that I need to spend on to build something, to create something. I love being creative. I think being creative is something that's very important within humanity. And for those people who turn around and say that AI takes away human creativity, it doesn't. I think it supplants it. It amplifies it. It gives you the power of 100 people at your fingertips. And if you was to pay for those 100 people to do that stuff, you'd be bankrupt. You'd run out of money. You wouldn't be able to complete the project that you want to complete, especially if you're on a tight deadline or you're time constrained. Does it reduce the overall time to do something? I don't think so. I think if you're using stuff like this, you should use it to build the tools, and then from there, once you have the tools built that you need, then you count your time from then to the end of the project that you're working on, and then it should all balance out in the end. But I really want to make this film, a modern day Guy Ritchie style with a nod, to that kind of style of filmmaking, but in Unreal Engine, fully animated. I think it's going to be really good. It's going to be cool. It's going to be different. Obviously, you guys know I've already made one long form film that's had 20,000 fucking views already on my channel. So, and that was just me editing together different clips of Mr. Freeman, and it worked out really fucking well. And it's still getting views now. It's still notching up them views. I hope one day it hits 1 million views. I'd be so happy with that. I mean, if it hits 500,000 views, and I'm not even monetized, you've got to accept something there. Is that, I don't do this for money. I don't do this for the money. I do it for the love, for the enjoyment of being creative. Because there isn't much really I can do. With being disabled and stuff, there's not really much you can do in the real world, which is shit. But it's the way Britain works. Is even if you are fucking lame or you're disabled or you got something wrong with you, and you try to do something in society, you get penalised for it. So it's better just to stay in your room like you're in a cave or you're in a prison. It's better to self-imprison yourself than to actually be outside, because it works out better for you financially, which is really fucked up, to be fair. And it's harder when you've got problems with your brain as well, when concentration is an issue. As you can tell, I digress, I go off on tangents. It's difficult for me sometimes to keep focused, unless I'm really interested in something. You won't find me in that area, or that or in that type of expertise field. You won't find me there. People, it's the ignorant people that turn around and say to the smart people that, oh, you should do this, you should do that, why don't you do this, why don't you do that? Because it doesn't fucking interest me, that's why. It used to be, right, this might be a little bit political, but it used to be that people went and got jobs because they just generally wanted a job. Not that they needed the money, but they just wanted something to do. Yeah? And it used to be the case that, you didn't need no fucking CV. You didn't need no qualifications. You didn't need no GCSEs or fucking O levels. You could pop down to the bottom of the fucking street, have a quick chat with the fucking shopkeeper or something. Next man, fucking 2 or 3 days later, you get a call, mate, yeah, do you want to come in and do a couple of hours? That's how it used to be. That's how it used to be. It's not like that anymore. And that's the problem. All this administrativizing employment. No. That's not how it should be. It's just... country's fucked, man. It's fucking fucked. And there ain't much we can do about it. And it really pisses me off. Because this country could be so much better. It can do so much more. You know. It's like it's being dragged into perpetual disenfranchisement of the individual. That's the way I would fucking word it anyway. Do apologise. I'm digressing again. See, this is what happens. This is what actually happens. You know, my brain just goes all over the fucking place. The only time it doesn't do this is when I'm fucking driving, yeah, or when I'm smoking, or when I'm playing a fucking video game. Other than that, my brain's all over the place. If I was to get a fucking MRI machine and scan my brain waves, you'd see that my beta and theta waves are all over the place. Yeah. Well said. Anyway, back to the topic. Back to this anyway. Looks like it's nearly ready. It does take a while for it to do what it's doing. Fucking hell. It took nearly fucking 13 minutes. Yeah, so it does freeze up the UI. That is the problem with it. But yeah, this is slower. It even fucking knows it's slower, man. Well, oh, there we go. We're back. It's finally released the thread. Yes. Now, I didn't get to see the fucking animations. Because when I had it first doing it, it was doing it in the fucking app. But now what it's doing is it's doing this. So if I show you full screen, let's go full screen into codecs. So this is what it's what we're doing. So we got them UPVC doors. You got your standard doors. We've also got windows. These are different types of windows that we've been able to build. Also, we have these ones as well. But other than that, it's been doing pretty well. Okay, right, it's done it. Let's clear that. We can move the MZP bridge now. Right. Oh my god, that took 28 minutes. That took 28 fucking minutes. Are you kidding me? So I've had to waffle for 28 minutes. Good lord. Feel sorry for everybody having to listen to that. Let's see. Okay, so new live doors populate the selector automatically. For an existing door, select its group, frame or leaf and press use selected door. The shared position open close controls then operate the door leaf. Ensure create live operable door set is checked. Baked compatibility doors have no selectable operable members. Okay. Right, let's try this. So UPVC half glazed. Create door. There we go. We've got a nice UPVC door. Alright. It's actually pretty good though, to be fair. These are what you usually get at the back door of the house. Right, so now what we want to do is, yes, we can select. That needs. I do need to do some more work on the thing to make it more responsive UI wise. But yep, it selects the door. Select member. We can now open the doors beautifully. So look at that. That's fantastic. Right? And we even have hinges. But the hinges are in the wrong place. But these are things that we can tweak and change. But for basic stuff, for early prototyping, it works. And I don't think, not being funny, but from a distance, you're not really, if we turn off edged faces, you won't really see from a distance that the hinges are the problem. So if we go full screen now, right, and then we do a render production, as you can see, does it pretty well. It's a pretty good render. So what we want to do now is go back to standard shading. What's it look like? High quality. There's high quality, and look, you get some nice shadows as well. The shadows pass through the glass. That looks good. It looks good. That's how a door should look. You're probably thinking, well, why is he just making doors and windows? Because if you buy one set of windows, I'll give you another one absolutely free. Anybody remember the Safe Style fucking the Safe Style glass advert? Right now, if you buy 5 doors, I'll give you another one absolutely free. See, that's when adverts were actually memorable and iconic, you know. Right. See, I like the shadowing as well on the door, because now things are actually made correctly. We got the proper internal panels, and to be fair, actually it does look pretty good, you know. It's just like proper door. The handle, not so great, but you know, this is the beauty of it, because you can have the rough and ready ones just, you know, dotted about, and then what you can do is you can manually tweak them and then customize them and change them slightly and adjust things, and you know, it's all part of the creative process, right? So this would be, yeah, you can even do that, right? So what I'm going to do is select all operable parts, right? And that gives us, look. So if we do that, there we go. See? Now we can open the door, and then if we select that, the actual group thing, we can then even move the door. So let's put that back straight. Now, let's move the door, say, over there. Right. Let's get some walls. Some internal stud walls. These will do for now. Right. And then we'll drag and drop that one there. Just like that. We can .90. Just like that. We can this is just like that. Boom. You don't even notice. Let's get this one over here. There's another wall. Just like that. Look at that. This is how quick it is now to prototype building something. So what we should do is we go to the top viewport and we will put this full screen. Right, so if we take away the grid, right, we can then get another. We could do this, right, and just like that we can literally, using the top viewport, actually invent a house design right now. Just like that. Right. Oh. So move that over there. And what we can do is we can do that. Move that there. Okay. And we can do that. Pop that there. And if we was to go back to perspective, as you can see, there's your internal strut walls. Just like that. And that is quite literally an easy way to, look at that. Now walls, you know, so easy this now. Like this is really quick. Like what else can we build? Let's build a room over here, right? Just by whacking a wall there. There's another room there. Right. And let's go back to the top viewport. What we can do is, let's see, we want to do a rotate 90 degrees. Just like that. It's the same. Move that over there. And there you have what we call there's your kitchen, right? There's a room, call it a cupboard or something. There's another room, or you could have if we really wanted to be funny, right? So get that there. Rotate that like that. Let's make it smaller. Just like that. Put that over there. You know, you can be creative. Really be creative here. Just by being simple. There you go. Just like that. What did you get there? Yeah, a nice little ramp. You know? Just shit like that, like, you know, it's what you can do with it. It's what you can do with it. Now it's not complete yet, obviously, as you can tell. But I'm gonna be doing some more work on it. I just thought I'd share this with people just to show what I'm working on. What people don't know what I'm up to, you know. When people think I don't do nothing, well, this is what I do. I use my brain. It's the only part of my body that fucking still works properly, unfortunately. So, that's all I got left. My brain and my fucking fingertips. But I've been real King James. The one and only. The Catholic King of Great Britain, you know. There's only one of me, I'm afraid. God save the King and all that. And,